Good action here. Now, your wingspan exceeds your height by 3 3/4 inches. You're 6 feet tall and your arms are almost 6'4". That means you should have some lateral movement. Now, what does lateral movement mean? That means on your downswing, you should shift laterally some, and you should have a reasonably upright backswing because you have long arms. You want to take advantage of your height. You got good tempo, beautiful rhythm. You don't overswing. The golf club swings. You're not hitting it. The club gets a little long, collapses a little bit there, but depending on some things, I'm not 100% convinced that's a big problem yet. I think your swing, there's your lateral move right there. So you shift your lower body forward, you stay behind the ball, but your golf club swings too much into out. So you got about 7 degrees of path problem into out. It's not a problem, it's just we're going to clean that up a little bit. You stay behind the ball nicely. You got a little bit of a flip release right here. Watch your club head pass your hands here at the zone. See that? We're going to get rid of that too. Now that will cause some hooking. So we want the handle to lead the club head into the strike and maintain that. So we can fix that. That release pattern. And the reason you're doing that is you're swinging out to the right and you're flipping it to get it back online. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So the club head swinging too far to the right, and you're a good athlete, you say, well, I got to get that thing back online, and that's what you do. So if we can get your path a little more down the line, you're good to go. I'm doing it with setup. I'm not doing it with your swing. I can change your setup and change it all, and you don't even know it. So from that angle, you're doing fine. Is the swing long? Well, some guys, Phil Mickelson plays pretty good with a long swing. So I'm not 100% convinced that's a problem yet. But there's some other things we're going to work on. And in this release pattern, we're going to clean this up with a better path. So you get a little bit too much lateral movement here, Kevin, and that's, I mean, maybe a little too much. I mean, I like that you have lateral, but you don't have enough rotation. So we got.
That was a thing that they were trying to get me to learn to do.
But we're gonna do it without you thinking about it, because I'm going to set your hip open, and that's going to help you. It's going to restrict your lower body on the backswing and get you more open on the downswing. So I'm going to do it with setup, and I'm not going to do it with swing. But I'm glad you told me that. I'm glad you told me. But I'm not convinced I can't do this. I might not have to do anything with your hips. If I get you set up differently and you start getting the club swinging down the line, I'm not doing anything with your hips. So your grip looks good. I haven't completed all my biomechanical measurements. I have to measure what's the length of from your middle knuckle to your elbow and from your elbow to your humerus. If this distance, if your lower arm is longer than your upper arm, your swing plane should be a little steeper coming down. If your upper arm is longer than your lower arm, your swing should be a little shallower coming down. So are both right? Yeah. Now, some people are one-post players, meaning they swing around their left leg, and some people swing around their right leg. I think you're center post. You stay pretty centered. Your right hip and your left hip are the same distance from that box. That's fine. You stay over the ball nicely. You know, you don't move side to side, up or down. That's very important. So, my assessment is you swing way better than 10. There's something else going on. Now, the problem is exacerbated. This in-to-out problem could be exacerbated with the driver, and that's what I'm suspecting. And I'll show you your number.